with a little help from our friends. And we got friends, the Firehouse Medium. She's going to tell us why she's the Firehouse Medium. She's going to tell us a lot of things. Very cool. I've been looking forward to this ever since she said yes.
We found out that we were having a medium on today, and I want to know if you've got a sister named Medium-Well.
I told him it was probably rare.
That's the bad joke.
Rare. How about rare?
Yes,
that's a bad joke to start it off.
But Teresa has a Facebook live on Wednesdays, so plug it, Teresa.
Yes.
Teresa Rose.
Well, thank you, Pam, for having me. Thank you, Cindy,
You're
and thank
so
you, Michael,
welcome.
as well.
We're excited.
It's exciting to be here, guys. So I go live every Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, for Facebook Live, free readings. So that's the way of my way of giving back, as well as people to experience this process. That it's not scary. I want to demystify it, and that we're all able to connect with our loved ones, that your loved ones are still with you and around you, and it's a way to bring awareness and that love and the community that we build.
I love that, and I have watched it, so I know that she's not going to pressure you. She's very calm, which Cindy and I are not calm. In case you didn't notice. And so I love when I'm around calm people, because it kind of like, that's really cool. You know, it does. It slows you down.
The hippie comes out of you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And it's like, she's very calm. She's not going to, what's the word? I guess sometimes you're kind of afraid, what are they going to say? Are they going to attack? You know, like, oh, this is what we...
Yes.
It's not like that at all. So listen, and what is your Facebook page?
It's Teresa Rose Firehouse Medium.
Firehouse Medium, Teresa Rose.
What's Firehouse Medium mean? What is that?
So, Pam was asking me that question earlier, and I'm a retired firefighter.
Get out of Dodge.
I know.
Yes, here in Valpo.
Get out of here.
Okay.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, so, Pam and I were just briefly talking earlier, and so she's like, well, how did you know you have this?
Yes, that was my main question.
Ooh.
So since
Good one.
Since about 4 years,
Good one, Pam. Good one.
Since I was about 4 years old, I could sense and feel spirit, but I never told anybody, and I pushed it away. But I also knew at the age of 4 years old, I wanted to be a firefighter. So I always used to watch that program before I used to go to, I was on the kindergarten afternoon, and so I used to watch that program, Emergency. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh my
That was
gosh,
like my
yes.
jam. That was before.
It's still on.
I love it. I
watched
know.
yesterday.
Right? Really?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
Linda
after
Soto,
Quincy.
Johnny Gage.
I did.
So before kindergarten, my afternoon class, that was my thing. I had to watch every day. Emergency.
I always thought people that were so focused and knew what they wanted to be that young were amazing.
Yes.
I still think if the career fairy came, I wouldn't know what to pick.
I agree.
So
I agree.
that's amazing at 4.
At 4 years old,
And you
I
remember it.
Oh, absolutely, everything. And so long story short, I became a firefighter. I even knew what city I was going to be on.
Wow.
I did. So, and I just let, the universe kind of play itself out. But, I did try out for other fire departments just to kind of get that feel for agility testing and things. But I knew I was going to be on Valpo. I just knew it. But anyway, I was injured. I had to retire. And then 2 months later, my dad passed. And then all this came full circle. So my dad, my guy, my hero, is the catalyst for all of this.
Oh,
really.
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's good. And, and he's always kind of like your guidance?
Yes, he's always, our loved ones are always with us and around us. It's not just me. Like, you don't need me to connect with your loved ones. We all have the ability to connect. And again, that's why I like to educate and do the lives to, they are with you and around you. You don't need me. But I understand. Yeah. I understand. It's like trying to cut my own hair. I'm like, am I getting that right? Am I doing this right? So I understand. We can kind of get in our own way.
Wow.
I told my mom, who's going to be on your show today? I said, oh, Mom, her name is Teresa Rose, and she's a medium. Her head went, no, she's going to bring ghosts? Do you get that a lot?
I do. My buddy Mark always says ghosties, and it's not like, it's kind of like a joke, but it's not, our loved ones, once we cross over, it's all pure love. And we all go to the same place we came from. And that doesn't matter who you were and what you've done here. I know that sounds like people are like, Teresa, I don't understand because there's, bad things that happen in the world.
Sure.
But it's not our job to judge. And this is about,
I like that.
This is about spirit, and this is about soul, and this is about love. And we all go to the same place we came from, and that's a place of love, including our pets.
Oh, I love that too.
I know, right?
Oh, that is so neat. Well, now you said you knew this at 4. So when you first said so and so wants to tell you something, did you just shoot it down, or did you tell that person, or did you say, "Oh, I better not say anything"?
Well, and I didn't really understand. I was only 4 years old,
Sure.
so I didn't understand. It was very scary for me. My sister, I'd be like, Jennifer, go check under the bed, turn on the lights, check in the closet, and I always slept with the light on.
Oh yeah, I would too. Like that, I see dead people.
Well, see, here's the thing. When I think of what you interpret here, is something like the movie Ghost with Whoopi Goldberg, the character that she played. Mm-hmm. And is it like that? Or is it something completely different?
It's not that easy. I really have to, surround myself with good people, obviously. I have to keep my energy high, and it's very subtle. So the information I get from spirit is very subtle. So it's either like a block of thought, a word, or a picture, inner hearing, knowing and a feeling, and putting it all together.
But you do get a picture.
I do. Not all the time. Not every spirit's the same way, because they have
Yeah.
their own personalities and how they want to communicate,
Sure.
and what's best for them to communicate with, through me, not to me, but it's through me. So it's from spirit, through spirit, me, to spirit, you. So it's like a unity. It's a circle, and that's why I'm saying, we're all connected. There's only one of us. It's about love, and it's unity. We're all doing this together.
So Les, what kind of?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
These spirits here, they don't have names.
It's your loved ones. So yes, they have names.
Okay.
Yes,
So
and they have names, and they have their personality.
What kind of word? Tell me a word you've seen in your head. Like, what does it usually, like, what is one of the words they would send you? Like,
So I'll get say names.
oh, names. Okay.
So I'll get a
cool.
name. I'll either get a full-on name, or I'll just get the initial. Or I'll see, like above you, I'll see an initial. So I know as they're coming through, I actually see it. It's like transparency. It's through my third eye, my mind's eye. I'll see like above you, they're writing an initial.
Ah.
Or I'll just see the full-on name. And that is, again, it's all up to spirit. This is all spirit-led. So
So if you
Right.
talk to other psychics and they tell you, well, I do this or this, have you learned other things to do that way? Or do you say, oh, no, I can't do it that way, I do it this way? And
yeah, this is all, I didn't go to anybody else to learn. This is all natural, and I completely went on the guidance of my dad and spirit, and my own spirit guides. We all have spirit guides, and through meditation.
Oh, meditation, that's cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think your dad had this also?
I do.
Can you imagine his generation trying to talk about this?
Right.
They'd be like, "Get out of here!" How many beers did you have today? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I think we're at a point where we can go, "Wow, this could happen," or "Wow." Well, when you talk about God. Some people are Bible smart, some people are Holy Spirit smart. I can just feel it, be happy, that kind of thing. So I get it. It's definitely there. It definitely is. But do you think that some people open up to it and understand it, let it happen, I guess, better than others?
Yeah, and I think we're programmed to believe certain things, and as we grow up,
Yes.
we're programmed and taught, and there's no right or wrong way. And I'm not here to judge. I'm certainly not here to judge anybody or change anybody's beliefs. I'm here about facts. Evidence and validation. This is the information I'm getting, and I'm going to leave that there with you.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah.
And I'm not here
Take
to
it or leave it. Right.
Yeah, I'm not here to judge anybody or
Yeah.
again take anything away from you. That's not why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's to bring the awareness and the understanding. Your loved ones are still here with you and around you, and they're not quote unquote dead. I don't like the word dead. I don't like to say the word dead or death, because there is none. And I know once we leave our physical body, we miss them here physically.
Yeah.
But they're very much alive. And very much present in
So
our
that's
in
very
our
comforting.
it-
Really.
absolutely,
yes,
and it's very
yes.
much present in our life,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm known for those random and quirky things.
Yeah, I
They're
like
like,
that.
why are they bringing that up? And it could be a shared memory, or as well as a current event that's going on in your life, something I absolutely would not know, but they would know.
Yeah.
And that's that evidence and validation.
And when she does that, that is chilling, because the people will be like, oh my gosh.
How's she know that?
Yeah, I like that, because there's nothing more comforting than knowing it's not over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's-
Absolutely.
Yeah, because
That's a really
we've
good way of
all
putting
had,
it. Death,
deaths
yeah.
in our lives. And
Absolutely. And newsflash,
Yeah.
we're all gonna
I
make
know,
our transition
yeah.
one day.
Absolutely.
And you know what? Why not? Hey, let's be open. Let's explore. Is it possible?
Yeah.
Is this a possibility?
Yeah. Have you ever had somebody that was just absolutely adamant they weren't going to, and then suddenly went, "Oh my God, that's exactly
Yes,
it."
absolutely.
And
They're
doesn't
like-
that just make your hair stand on end? Like,
Yes.
oh, this is so cool.
To me, those are some of the best ones too.
Yeah,
though.
I'll bet.
It's when you have somebody that's, absolutely, they're not even skeptical. They're cynical, right?
Yes.
And you're given this information, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is.
It had to be,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because, there's always the cynical ones that, we tell people you're going to be on, oh, she's probably looking up about you.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't think there's that much out there really privately about us. We're jokes and cat memes
Yeah,
and things like
inner
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, maybe. But, and then there's some that were just like, oh, can I come? Can I come?
Do people ever come to you with no makeup on, no jewelry, nothing, just plain as can be?
Yes.
Walking in, and because, I don't have a diamond ring on, so obviously I'm not married, you know what I mean? So, or engaged or anything like that. And of course they're going to be like, oh, well, she could tell because you didn't have an engagement ring on or anything. It's that cynical that Pam was talking about that pops up.
And I'm totally fine with that. I have no problem. I don't have to. Hey, first of all, I don't have time to do all that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Or the
You couldn't,
patience.
especially on the live show.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
the patience. But the thing is again, that's why I love the random and quirky things. It's something that you just cannot make up. And I've had people, even they sign up for my privates, they'll sign up under a different name.
Ooh,
And
get outta here.
yes, and I don't even know, I don't even know till the day of, literally the moment I'm going, I'm like, okay, who am I reading today? I have no idea. I don't pay attention because I don't want to know, and I want to be so organic.
Yeah, I like that too. I like that because you're honest about it.
Right.
And what if it doesn't come through? What if there's nothing there?
And that's happened maybe maybe 2 or 3 times where I'm getting information and my sitter's we're not connecting. And I may not be the right medium for them, and that's perfectly okay. And I'll say, you know what, we're not connecting the way that I want to connect, and I want you to walk away better than I found you. So I'm going to give you a refund. Let's give it a go another day.
Oh, wow.
Because
yeah.
I want them to walk away going, oh my gosh, that's my loved one.
Oh,
That's awesome.
I like
That's
that.
awesome.
I like that.
You were
And
talking.
you have private readings in your home,
No, in my office.
in your office. And how do we contact you for a private reading?
So you go to my website, firehousemedium.com. And
Firehouse-medium.com. And we would go there and do you have like a schedule thing going?
Yep, you could schedule
Yeah.
everything right online. You could do the privates, in person, Zoom, or phone.
Okay.
Schedule that
Oh,
way.
wow. You don't even have to drive there. You can do it on Zoom.
You could do it on Zoom.
Wow.
Does a family ever come in and say, all 4 of us want to come and see if we can connect with my mom?
Yeah,
type thing?
I have in my office. I could hold up to 5 people in my office, and then anything above 5, 6 or more is a group. So I do travel for mini groups in the area.
We should do the resale group. We should have an awesome. I think that could be so. They want to. They're all into it. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it'll be fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, her poor brain. I don't think she could handle this.
Oh, I can handle it.
I think it'd be great. I
Well,
think
that would be cool.
Yeah,
because
because she does groups
and
and small groups. She
and-
does big groups.
and
Yes.
it's international. Man, we've got different people from
Yeah.
different countries.
Oh yeah,
That would be really cool.
it would be very cool. Yeah, we've got all different denominations, and yeah,
Ooh.
she's going to be. What you got one coming in March? Is
Well-
that the most recent one? What do you got coming soon?
The next one is Anderson Winery here in Valpo.
Oh, I like- yeah.
January 12th, but that one's sold out.
Oh,
So the next one is March 2nd, and the tickets will be sale soon on my website.
March 2nd. Okay, cool.
Where's that going to
Yeah.
be? Do you know?
March 2nd? Anderson Winery in Valpo.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so close. Yeah, that's cool.
That's the one out on 6.
Yep, that's on
Highway 6, yeah.
Highway 6,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And how much are tickets?
Ticket, that's a great question. I don't know.
I thought they were $35.
Are they 35?
Isn't that
I
terrible?
mean-
I don't even know.
I think she sent me a vibe on that, but I think they were $35 because I
Okay.
was trying to talk somebody into going, and then it didn't work out, and so maybe we're going to try to do this one.
Awesome.
Yes, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's 35 for general admission and 55 for VIP.
Ooh, VIP means you'll
we can do
definitely
VIPs.
get red.
Well, no, not necessarily. I cannot
Oh.
guarantee that, but VIP is more of an intimate. You could ask questions, and I have done readings in VIP, but I can't guarantee that.
Oh, okay.
So explain to us what happens that day. Like on January 12th, you're going to come out on stage,
Yeah.
basically, and then what happens when you've got so many people?
amazing things happen.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want to tell your secrets, I
No,
get
no,
it.
no, 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 that's
So
fine.
How does it start?
You can tell it all, and we still wouldn't know what
But do you just kind of connect with everybody and say, do this and clear your mind and blah, 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 blah?
So I have an amazing team of people that, again, it's really important of who I'm with and who I surround myself with because I have to raise my vibration and spirit lowers. So it's a little like a medium squash in the middle, right?
Right.
So prior to an event, I really got to tune in and really shift my awareness. And because Anderson holds like 63 to 65 people.
That's a big
So,
crowd.
and so you have that many people, and then you have all their loved ones, and there's at least a handful they want to hear from, right?
Right.
So there's lots of loved ones. But Spirit does a fantastic job, and they have an agenda. And it's not up to me who comes through. It's not. It's who comes through, right? It's really not up to me. But
So do you have everybody write something down?
No.
Oh, okay.
Heck no.
I want to talk to so-and-so.
No. Again, it's all spirit led. So when I come out, like I said, I have a team of people that kind of help raise the vibration, play some music, and kind of get some fun and laughter going because that raises vibration.
You got to look on her Facebook page because she has a lot of that on there.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when it's time for me to come out, of course, I'm nervous. I'm human.
Are
Yes.
you? You're
Well,
nervous
yeah,
about
well,
it?
heck yeah, I'm nervous.
Oh, okay. See, she doesn't seem like a nervous person.
Oh yeah, no. Well, I know I want to sit well for you, and I want to sit well for your loved ones that are in spirit that's coming through.
Oh, that's
So when I do come out, it's all spirit led, and I'll get guided to either a side of the room or a section, and then this information will start coming through.
Because you literally fill
Right.
the pool to
Well,
somebody.
Yeah, and me and my buddy Mark, he kind of jokes around. He's like, sis, I think we have flaggers up there in spirit that, okay, somebody, come on in. My dad's like, come on in, do this, come on in.
And that's kind of what it feels like because oh, wait a minute. If so-and-so doesn't get through, she's going to really,
She's going to be mad.
Yeah. She's going to beat up all the other spirits.
She's going to be mad.
But it's my job. It's my job to, it's not as easy as me just, okay, I'm getting all this information. I really have to hone in because it can be very subtle and to hold that link with spirit. I have to they're holding their link with me and I have to hold that link with them to get this information to come through. And then I have to break that link and move on to somebody else. So that's the tricky part for me is, okay, I'm with somebody, and spirit doesn't want to leave. I can't, I'm like, okay, I'm done with you. No, it's their time,
Yeah.
right? So, and then when I'm feeling that less resistance of them backing away, okay, then I break that link and then I move on. That's for me, personally, that's the part that's difficult, is breaking a link, starting the link, breaking the link, starting the link.
Have you ever walked into a group like this and felt so much anger? Like there's a lot of people out there that are upset and angry that their loved one has died and, blah, 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 blah.
Anger on which side?
The group.
Yeah, no, it's not spirit.
Very
Spirit.
defensive, defensive, and that kind of thing.
Spirit never comes through angry because they're good. We're not. So it's the grief. Do I pick up on the grief? You bet ya. Again, that's where I have to remove. When I go live or anytime I do whether it's private, mini group, I literally have to get myself out of the way. I have to get my own ego out of the way. I have to get myself out of the way and allow spirit to flow through me. So it's really, when I say from spirit, they're merging. Their soul, it's soul to soul.
So
their
it's very
spirit,
peaceful.
Their spirit is blending with my spirit.
And
that's
it's good, so
and
it's peaceful.
it's very good, and then I could take on either their mannerisms, how they pass, and I'll feel things, and.
Yeah, she was saying, you go ahead and say it, that you did the one that was...
I could take on like physical, like how somebody passed or what they went through. I'll take on, like, I'll feel like a stabbing, or I feel like I'm or a heart attack or intubation. Like, I'll feel that sensation, and then I'll tell them, okay, I got it. Because sometimes they could be really strong. I'm like, okay, I got it. Back off. I got it.
Yeah.
I got that
like
information.
you said, drowning. Now, see, that's a spook for me.
My goodness.
Not being able to breathe or whatever.
But it's
that
not.
would be hard.
I know it sounds scary, and then in the moment, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm
Right.
I like to say croaking. I don't like to say dying.
Okay.
But it's but I know it's spirit, and I have to discern what's mine and what's theirs.
Wow. Do you ever, like, when you're home alone and just kind of sitting there, do you feel a lot of your fireman stuff come back? Like a particular bad fire that you went through or something like that? Do you get that?
PTSD? Trauma?
Basically,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
trauma that, And it's not just when I'm at home, when I'm out and about or driving and things like that. There's just images and pictures and smells that you just,
It gets you.
it's in your body.
And you've lost, I'm sure, firemen associates and people.
Oh,
And
yes.
do they come to you sometimes?
Yes,
and
they
say,
do. Yes,
hey, I'm
they do.
okay?
Yes, yeah, it's a blessing. It's
Yes.
when I'm out with my
Yes.
friends and family. Friends and family will come through, and it's just it's
And see,
really.
that would be nice.
Yes.
I think that would be so
Comforting.
nice.
Oh, it's comforting.
Yeah, I would
you know?
love that. Yeah.
And when somebody passes or croaks or whatever, you get very selfish because you don't want them to go. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's hard to look at them and go, oh my gosh, you fought cancer for 5 years. It's okay. You need to leave. Your body's had enough. Blah blah blah. But we as human beings get frustrated,
Yeah.
and angry and
Yes.
all of that stuff because they're leaving you, and
Yeah.
you get selfish.
But the
So-
spirits are never angry.
No, they're never angry.
They're not ticked that they left early.
Absolutely
or,
not.
No.
Nope. It's a rebirthing.
satisfied.
They're going home. They're home.
Oh.
It's just a rebirth. There is no death. And to answer your question, Cindy, you're grieving, and good to know you're human.
Yes.
Because you're going to have the anger, you're going to have the ups and downs, you're going to have the sorrow, the despair, the I miss you, I want you here, I want you here, I want you here.
Right.
But they are here, and that's the best I can do is bridge that gap.
Is that when they're at their strongest because they're trying to reach you?
Spirit?
No, I mean like when you're really grieving and you're really in pain. Is that when the spirit's at the strongest, trying to say,
I'm good.
It's okay.
That's
It's okay.
Yeah.
But they can't get through.
Again, they're always with us and around us, and even when we're grieving and having our hard moments, yes, they are with us and around us, but we're also, when we're in that grief and deep despair, sometimes we have our blinders on and we're not able to see the subtleties because they do come through and it's subtle.
Oh, well, we can't get past ourselves.
Right.
We can't get past our own grief, our own, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And sometimes when it comes to grief, you just want to look at your friend and say, oh my gosh, it's been 5 years, let it go already. You can't do that.
No, there's no
way
time
in
limit.
heck.
No.
Exactly. There's no time limit. You just can't do that. Michael and I were talking on the way here, and what did you say? How many people have you lost?
I lost 14 people this year.
Wow,
my.
I am so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
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 Wow.
Relatives, friends, former co-workers, 2 former teachers. It's been a very,
Heavy loss.
very
Heavy
Heavy
loss,
year.
very-
Yeah. I think of my
Spent a
neighbor
lot of
who
time in
lost
funeral homes this year.
so much
Wow.
family in a short amount of time, and it's hard. It's hard to know how to cope with that. This would be so comforting.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's
that's the
almost-
word that
yeah.
keeps coming back to me. is
Yeah.
comforting.
Have you ever
know what
just
I mean?
been standing in line like at Marshall's or something, and you just got to tell the person in front of you something?
No, I don't do that. I don't.
Oh.
I don't want to ever go up to somebody and
No.
invade their. Now, however, when I was very early on doing this, I went up to 3 people in my whole time of my career of doing this, and we're still friends to this day. But that we were kind of like in a little bit of a conversation. But I will never just go up to somebody in a supermarket or
No.
wherever and invade their
Invade their space,
Their space.
even though they
Yeah.
need
Their
it or
space.
whatever. You gotta
invade their space.
They have to be welcome and open to you.
Well, that's my boundary with
Yeah.
spirit. That's my boundary with spirit. So,
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes I have better boundaries with spirit than humans. But that's my boundary. Like, I won't do that. I will
Yeah.
not go up to somebody and go, oh my gosh, I'm getting this, this, and this, and this. I think it's really...
Has that happened?
Yeah,
Like I said early on, I did it like 3 times, and I'm still
Oh.
friends with them to this day.
because
Okay.
they were open to it. And,
Because,
yeah,
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Do
I
you
think it's
feel any
cool.
vibes now?
You know what? It's just literally me shifting my awareness. It's interesting you asked that because as soon as I walked up and my gal here, Pam, I'm like, oh, hi, Sue. She's like,
Yeah, that's my middle name.
she's like, that's my middle name. And I'm like, well, I must be...
Weird.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
I come to-
family coming through.
I come to find out her dad calls her little Susie.
Susie
and
or
Sissy.
Pammy Sue or whatever.
I'm like, hi, Sue. She's like, no, it's Pam.
That was a long time ago when I was little.
And again, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter because when your loved ones come through or when I'm feeling them and sensing them, they'll go back in memory, and this could be years and years ago.
Like when
It's-
we were little.
Yes,
Yeah,
because it's something
yeah.
I cannot make up, and I love those things.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's wow.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
wow.
It is.
I knew this was going to be an hour of goosebumps.
I
and
know.
I'm on
I
number
know.
3 now.
And it's
Number
kinda
3.
like, it all makes sense.
Yes.
And that's I guess, what I'm like, oh, this is really cool.
Yes.
But you got to tell us what you've done, because I want to hear some of your better stories.
As far as like
Some of the
readings?
people that you've told them something and they were just like,
Blown away.
Or
Couldn't
you're in
have
front
known
of a
it.
crowd of people
Yeah.
and you get vibes about somebody's, deceased relative or something, what do you tell them?
Well, I tell you exactly what I see and feel and hear. So however the personality of your loved one that's coming through, for instance, if let's say I'm sitting with you, Pam,
Okay.
and let's say I feel like a gentleman coming to my awareness, and he'll give me information. I can't make it up because
Right, because you don't
but
know.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but he'll start giving me information, whether it's names, dates, or initials, and then they'll go in like those little random and quirky things, or highlight family here, or how many siblings, and that's kind of how. That's not kind of how. That's how it works for me.
Now, you said you had a sister.
I do have a sister.
Okay,
Yes.
does she have this gift?
She does not. I don't think.
She's never said?
Well, I think when we were younger, she would have like premonitions of things that happen before they happen. But I think
That would be
too,
cool,
she
too.
kind of pushed that away too. So
Well, you're afraid. You know
when
what I
you're
mean?
little, you don't know.
All you want to
Yeah.
do is drive a fire truck.
That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do. My poor sister. She's amazing, though. I have to give her a shout out because my sister, she's my office manager, and she does a lot of work on the back end to bring all this together. So she really does an amazing job. And also, too, growing up because I wanted to be a firefighter, so I took my dad's tackle box. For fishing, which he never went fishing, but so I emptied it out and I made it a medical box. And my sister, I always made her my patient.
She's running through the house.
So she had Band-Aids
Got my
from top
back.
to bottom, right?
I'd always work on her and make her my patient.
She's younger.
No, she's older.
She's older.
Yeah, she's older.
Wow, I'm surprised you got away with that.
No, she was a good sister.
That's awesome. You gotta practice. Practice
So-
makes perfect.
We think your dad had it. I wonder, did your mom, you think?
No, I don't
No?
think my mom at all. The reason why I say my dad is, because there's nobody in my history or in my family. Because normally it's like even with firefighting, there's somebody like that you follow in the
yes,
footsteps.
you're right.
Yes.
There's nobody in my family that was a firefighter, and nobody in my family that worked as a medium. Do I think my dad was tuned in and connected? I do. I really do. And I kind of want to touch on that, like with mental illness, because I think, back in the day, the 50s, 60s, 70s, things were stigma as mental illness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it could very well be that, and it could be very well be that, you're tuned in and you could hear and sense and feel things. You just weren't taught or understand how to deal with that.
Well, that's probably true. I never thought of that, but yeah, because a lot of mental illness, they hear voices or they hear this or that.
Yeah.
And you think, well, maybe they just don't know how to,
Right.
just
Interpret it.
And exactly, it's quite possible. And yet we drug them,
Yes,
and
to calm them down.
yeah,
But there's definitely a difference between being open enough and calm enough to accept, any spirit or any Holy Spirit or however you want to say. I mean, you can walk into a room and you can feel it.
Yes.
Just being a normal person, you can just feel it, and you're like, whoa, what I mean?
Where's the exit?
Yeah, whoa, so
Not
I
feeling the
don't want
vibe.
those kind of people around me, so let's just go this way instead. And you don't know what they walk through, you're not judging them, you
No.
just feel it.
You feel it.
And as I get older, I am more in tune with that. And like you said, you want happy people around you, so to get your strength up, that's just it in a nutshell. Why be around someone that complains all the time and blah, 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 and always takes you down? They want you at their level. And it's like, no, I want to be open to anything. I want to be open to a lot of things, period. People, whether it be people, what they're going through, any of that, just so you can be empathetic.
Yes, and and I want to touch on that a little bit because I want to leave the power with you. We all have the ability to connect. We're all psychic. Newsflash.
Look at you!
We are all psychic. We all have intuition. We all have the
Yes.
ability to connect not only with our own inner being but our loved ones. But when you walk, and we're human, and it's okay to have bad days, and it's okay to be down. It's okay to be all of those things. It's okay to be.
Yes.
And even when I walk into a room, you're like, oh, I feel the vibe in here. It feels like no pun intended, it feels like a morgue.
Oh, seriously?
No, you walk in and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not vibing this and I'm not feeling
Yeah.
this. But again, it comes from a place of not judging, but we just don't know what people are going through.
Absolutely.
But you also
No clue.
you don't want to take home the if you're picking up on somebody's vibration, the fight they had with their spouse or their mother, their father, their sibling. You don't want to take that home with you. You don't want to pick that up and take it home. So there's got to be an awareness of discern what's yours and what's not yours and where to leave it.
So,
Yeah, that's a good idea.
let's say somebody came to you for a private reading and they had everything is just falling apart.
Yes.
And you're like, whoa, okay,
Yeah.
I got it. Do they leave after you say, well, this person's looking out for you, this person is trying to talk to you, this person's encouraging you to move on, or do they leave going, oh, wow, or are they so focused on this is bad? So what do you do?
No, it's not. It's I have my moments of my privates where it could be. I don't want to say they're difficult sitters, but they're sitters that pull the energy of like. I want to say they're skeptical.
Yeah,
How's that?
right,
I'm
okay.
trying to be respectful here, but and it just pulls my energy because again, I have to have a link with spirit and a link with you, and if I'm getting pulled, it literally drains my energy, and I can walk away. I want them good, and as long as they're good, that's fine. I'll take what's mine and work on myself. But there's moments I walk away frustrated. I'm human.
Yeah,
And
it's probably exhausting.
It is.
I was just going to say that.
yeah,
I'm
I'm
thinking
thinking
I'd be
it is-
exhausted.
It is
Whipped,
exhausting,
yeah.
and I get irritated, and I'm human, and I want to sit better for them. What can I do better? Then I'm hard on myself, and
Right.
and then I just got to work through it. I'm human too.
Right, and that's the thing, because you're picking up emotions from all different.
Yes.
Although the spirits are happy and good emotions, but you're picking up the physical from.
The other side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
And I want to make very clear, once we cross over, we shed the ego, the fear, the suffering, the pain. It's all love and bliss on that side. Now, when spirit comes through for me, they're going to give me impressions and understandings of how they were in this life. If they were angry, bitter, and they did this, this, and this, I'm going to pick that up too as well.
Oh.
From spirit.
But even though
that's
they're
not
still not.
That's not their natural state, though.
No,
but,
they were.
But for that evidence and validation as they're coming through, I have to have that information. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting with you. This is what I'm getting. This is their personality.
Does the spirit ever say, this is going to be layman here, but say, like, tell her I'm sorry?
Yes,
I was
absolutely.
a terrible father.
Absolutely.
You think of things like molestation, stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's never, the
Yes.
child's never at fault. And then you got this father coming through who did it to her.
Uh-huh.
And,
I do get that. I literally, that, what you just said, I'll get that information. And it's like, oh my gosh, how do I say this? And so they'll take responsibility for their actions
Yes.
or lack thereof actions when they were here. That's how I'll get it. That's the feeling.
Wow.
They're taking responsibility.
We keep saying that, I wonder, like, everybody should take a shot every time we say, wow.
I didn't bring any liquor.
I know. It's like, it'll be the game tonight at 10 o'clock. All right.
New Year's Eve isn't until Saturday.
Well, we're starting early because tonight it's on at 10 o'clock.
There you
So
go.
come
There
on.
you go.
Tune in.
Oh
do
my
the shot, and
gosh.
every time we say
Oh
wow.
my gosh, it's so true though.
It
It's so
is.
true. Oh my gosh, it's already halfway over.
I
You're
know.
listening to WVLP Community Radio 103.1 FM in Valparaiso. We thank them, Guru Paul and producer Greg and producer Michael, for being here today, letting us do what we want, and having Teresa Rose, Firehouse Medium, on. Oh my gosh. And as Pam said, wow.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is Cindy Robinson.
Pam Skelton.
And we're just so happy
Yeah.
to be here. And thank you for Teresa.
When I
thank
tell
you for being here too.
we were having her, they were like, she's the good one. She's the real one. It's funny because you probably have run into fakes.
Oh, I haven't. I'm sure
No.
other people have.
Because I've had friends who've like, she came and she was lame. Or
Yes,
she didn't do
yes.
anything, or she brought her friends and didn't do anything, So it's cool because I had heard of you before I contacted you.
Okay.
So it was so cool because I thought, they said, oh, she's so busy and she's always doing stuff. And I'm like,
Right.
she's not going to come.
Yeah.
She's not going to come. It's like, Cindy, she's coming.
This was like planned like 2 months ago, I think.
know.
2 months,
I
3
know,
months
and
ago.
I kept thinking, because some people do bail on us. And I'm
Yes.
thinking, think she'll bail?
No, I'm committed.
And we're both like, we don't hear it. We don't feel it. She's coming.
No, I try very hard. Again, I'm human and life happens.
Well, you get sick. And
Well,
we had
yeah.
COVID and, all
Right,
that
but
stuff,
I
and we
try
did.
very,
And the blizzard.
Yeah.
if I say I'm going to do
Yeah.
something, I do it. So.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
Because, and I know things come up for people. The blizzard was one.
Oh,
of them.
yeah, last
No
week.
excuses. No.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
that's
I'm
right.
kidding. I'm kidding.
That's right. Coming
I got 4-wheel drive. Let's go. No.
So do you usually have a show every month?
I do usually have something every month. This December we were in Sound Growler in Tinley Park. So again,
Ooh.
so next month I have Anderson Winery.
Okay.
January 12th. January 26th, I'll be in Lafayette at the Legacy Pub in Lafayette.
Are you
Oh,
serious?
that's fun in a pub.
On the 26th?
On the 26th.
Oh, shoot.
And the doors.
It's a Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
I'll
The
be in
door.
Sherwood. I won't be here. That's the day I won't be here.
That's okay. And then I'll be in Iowa in February.
Oh
Get
man,
out
you're
of
going
here.
In Des Moines,
everywhere.
Iowa, at Gilroy's.
Oh wow.
And that'll be my third time going back. I love it there. They're
Gilroy's
amazing.
is cool. I'm sitting here. I was going.
How
I'm almost positive that's the
fun.
bar I was at.
Gilroy's in Des Moines?
Yes, I'm
Really?
almost positive because my uncle was a professor at Ames.
Okay.
And Iowa State. And so he took me to a bar in Des Moines because he wanted me to see Des Moines. Also, when my brother was stationed in South Dakota, so driving 8 hours to Des Moines, you know what I mean, from here was perfect. And then I would do another 8 to South Dakota, so I stayed with them that night. But they took me to. I'm almost positive. I'll have to double check.
There's
with
not
them.
many places. Gilroy's is like the place in Des Moines.
Yeah, I'll have to because it's Cornfield
So
City,
if you
baby.
go into
Yeah, yeah,
like
it is.
an
Cornfield
old
City.
haunted pub or a haunted, some of those places are old. Do you pick up them too?
Well, so
Come to the shop.
Yeah,
basement.
yeah, the
It's like,
basement.
okay, I'm going in the basement.
And don't turn the lights up.
There you
Come
go.
down in 5 minutes.
running up the stairs. No.
There you go with the haunting of Valpo again.
Yeah, I can't help it.
So you don't pick up on those.
So I have my own thing about hauntings. Again, I want to demystify this because I had people come to me. I haven't ran into. I actually have never been read or went to a medium myself.
Get out of here.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Wow.
That's
But-
wild.
Yeah.
But
That's
I have had people come to me that's seen other mediums, and this is very unfortunate, and it really kind of just it grates me. Is they're like, Teresa, this medium said, my loved one's they're stuck, they're grieving, and they're not moving on, and they're this and that, and that's so totally not the case. Your loved ones are good. We're not.
Right.
And
We're
if you go to see
Yes.
a medium and they tell you that your loved one's stuck, they're grieving, they're not good, they're not connecting, because love is the highest vibration. I have to raise my vibration. As a medium, we have to raise our vibration. They lower theirs. If you're connecting to that kind of energy, it's not spirit. And your loved ones, we all go to the same place. Nobody's ever stuck. And what they're picking up on is residual energy that's still here that was left behind from humans.
Yes.
It's not spirit.
So actually, there are no real hauntings.
And I'm probably going to get backlash
I'm
from
sorry.
this. That's okay.
Okay.
No, and I
She
got
was
big
just
shoulders.
in an asylum.
And I'm not here to say that that's not.
Not for a patient.
I'm not here to say that's not true, or that's not true for you, or that's not how you feel, or that's not your experience. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is every thought we think still exists. Every experience that we've had still exists. So if that old saying, if walls can talk, so if you're
Yeah.
walking into a hospital or an old home,
Right.
you're going to pick up what happened in that home, good, bad.
Yes.
You're going to pick up on that energy. If, like,
Yes.
again, you're picking it up if walls can talk.
Yes.
That energy, residual energy, is still there and very, very active. But as humans with souls, once we cross over, we're good. They are good. Nobody is ever stuck.
Well, that's interesting because it was creepy. It was a creepy old asylum.
Right.
But I didn't feel anything.
You didn't?
No.
And
It was creepy. Those pictures
Yeah.
were creepy.
It was very creepy,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't want to be there at night.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that would creep me out. And, you know, some of the things were like, ooh. But now my girlfriend was like, ooh. She felt things, but I was like,
And
Where
she.
was this at?
in Park County at the Rockville, Indiana Oldest Insane Asylum.
Okay.
Yeah.
In
And
October.
yeah, and I'm not saying that stuff is absolutely there. That energy is absolutely there, but
Yeah.
it's residual energy. It's not your spirit. It's not your lovey.
Right.
So it's not someone that was abused
I have-
there or
Well, you're picking up on the energy. You're picking up
the
on
energy,
that.
but she's moved on or whatever.
Absolutely,
And that's
absolutely.
good to know because that would be awful. to
Well,
have all those
sad.
people so
Yeah,
sad.
sad.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to know. You would want to know that your loved ones are good.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
They're not stuck.
Yeah,
They're not
I wouldn't
stuck.
want them stuck.
No. No, I tell you, when I went, my brother was in the Air Force, and he was in Germany, and it was right outside Spangallum, Germany, and he said, "I want to take you somewhere," and he didn't tell me where, and I'm like, "Is it legal?" Because with my brother, you always have to ask that. And
I know your brother.
yes,
so,
that's what I'm
you know.
saying. And so we get in this little Jetta, over there with German specs. So you go 100 million miles an hour on the Autobahn. And he pulled up into this beautiful, big, green, lush hill. And I thought, okay, what is he doing?
Was it the Black Forest?
No. And he pulls up and he goes, just take a gander, just walk around. And I thought, this is really weird. I remember going like this, and it was like a 80-degree day. I remember thinking I'm cold. I remember going, this is creepy as all get out. And I remember like pulling my hair back because I wanted it away from my face. It was just the weirdest thing. And then I said, all right, what am I standing on? And he said, Hitler's bunker.
Oh.
Whoa.
He said there were 3 main ones, and I could see little can spouts, for air to get in, ventilation system, basically. And I was like, what the heck? And then we went.
That's interesting.
But
but
it
you
was
can
creepy.
feel leftover energy. So it's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like Stonehenge.
No,
I
I
always
mean,
heard people really feel it at Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what that felt like.
Oh, it was unbelievable. And I was like, okay. I think
So
it
you
was-
really think Hitler is all happy now?
Do I feel Hitler went to heaven? You betcha.
He did.
He did.
I'll be
If you
darned.
want to call it heaven, but
Yeah.
again, so if you want to go on a deep level,
Yeah. Let's.
Yes.
all right,
Let's deep
all
dive.
right, if you want to go deep, okay, because we're all connected. There's only one of us,
Right.
right?
Right.
So
Good and bad.
you understand that there's only one, and if we're all connected, it's all about love, and on a human level, what happened is absolutely disgusting. Right?
Right.
On a human level, that should have never happened.
And we all think vengeance or justice
Right.
or
Yes.
whatever you want to call it.
But you know what? We all have a little Hitler in us, and we allowed that to happen. As a
Yeah.
collective consciousness, we allowed that to happen. We allowed that. We
You're
allowed that to
absolutely
go
right.
on.
Yes.
Now,
Absolutely.
on a human level, that absolutely sucks. On a soul level, we're all walking each other home, and there's a reason we have to have the quote unquote the good, the bad, the up and the down. The we have to have that.
Free will. Yeah.
And we have free will here. And I know it's hard for people to wrap their brains around. Oh,
It
oh my
is.
God,
It is.
somebody that killed many people. But it wasn't just him. It was
know.
many
Right.
others
You're absolutely
right.
that was collectively involved. And
And the
then
people
us.
that did nothing and stood
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Absolutely. So we're all in it together. We're all in it together, and it's absolutely horrible. It's horrendous. I can't even imagine what happened and what they went through. I have a very dear friend of mine. Her mom has passed, but her dad's still here, and they were Holocaust survivors. And
So it did happen.
oh, it did happen.
There's a
Oh
lot
my
of
gosh.
morons out there
Oh,
that
it
don't
did
make
happen.
it happen.
It did happen, and it's absolutely. And I'm not condoning that behavior because
No,
it's absolutely
no.
disgusting.
It is, yes.
But I know enough and feel like on a soul level, there's a reason and a purpose. We may just not understand. We're all walking each other home.
Yes.
And I always
like that,
and I
walking
like
each other home.
and let me
I
give
do
you
too.
let me give you an example. I call it, this is kind of called the bus stop theory. Like, so say we're in Spirit Side. Before we come here, we kind of pick our parents, we pick our family, we pick the kind of destiny that we're going to be having. Not everything is set in stone because we have free will and movement.
right.
I call it's the bus stop theory. So we're up in spirit. We're going, okay, we're going to come down. I'm going to be so and so, and you're going to be my dad, and you're going to be this, and you're going to be that. Well, people come in our lives for reasons, seasons in our lifetime to help us grow and evolve as a soul, right?
Right.
And so somebody's saying, for me, I'm going to give myself an example. Okay, I want to learn profound forgiveness. Who is going to step up and show me how to forgive? And you have your loved ones on the other side, because I feel like we come back in clumps. We come back in soul packs that
Right.
we've had many lives together. So I need somebody to help me understand forgiveness and how to really forgive on a soul level. And the people are like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And one soul steps up and says, you know what? I'm going to be that drunk driver that kills your kid. I'm going to be that drunk driver that kills your kid, so you can understand and come to know what true, profound forgiveness is on a soul level. That's the angels. I just gave myself the chance.
Oh my God.
Those are the angels. The people that are hardest in our lives are our angels. They're here to help us grow and evolve. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't have healthy boundaries here around ourselves, but
Oh God, she's making me cry.
I know.
I'm tearing up. I'm like, oh
yes,
wow.
we love them.
Because how do you forgive, things like that.
How do you do, you know what? And, you know, there's here's another great example, and this is a true story, the Sandy Hook.
Oh, yeah.
The Sandy Hook, the gal
Yeah.
that lost her son
Yeah.
goes around platform and teaches forgiveness.
Yes.
She teaches forgiveness.
Oh.
Yes.
And from those things, this is how we grow and evolve as a collective consciousness and as a soul group as a whole.
Yeah.
We're walking each other home.
Wow.
And we just don't know what people are going through. There's mental illness.
Yes.
Oh,
And it doesn't
definitely.
make them a bad person.
No.
No.
There's things like wired and fired differently.
Mm-hmm.
And if we all just take a step back and go, oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's
Again,
all about balance.
it's about balance.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not condoning bad behavior and somebody that's toxic in your life. You know, healthy boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
love them from afar.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, it's ironic, not to bring Hitler back again, but my brother has
Is there
always
some
said,
reason? Yeah.
yes, because my sister-in-law is from Germany.
Oh.
But my brother always said that it's so sad that Hitler ended up the way he did, because when he first started in
Oh, he was
politics,
brilliant.
he was
Yeah.
brilliant. He did the Autobahn. He dissembled. I mean,
He
there was a
created an
lot
economy
of
again. Yeah, there was good things, but
Unemployment
not in the
was
end.
horrendous in Germany at that time.
Yeah.
He disbanded. I mean, it was gone. Everything that he did for that country, and then all of a sudden something clicked, and it was not a good click.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too bad, you know. So he does have some goodness in him, but for some reason it went bye-bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, he had a
it's
lot of
very sad.
hatred in him.
And
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And like you say, we do not know what the person next to us is going through. We just don't.
We don't.
And Michael's been through hell and back, and he's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
It's literally putting one foot in front of the other.
absolutely. Every day, every scenario, every experience is one foot in front of the other.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It really is.
I like to think of myself as a survivor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, and I guess it is a comfort to think that no matter what you go through, it all ends well. It gives you kind of and I mean, even as Christians, we have that, you know, it's all gonna end well. But we still have you know, I don't know what you want to say, doubts or
Oh, sure. Sure. Because you
what
have to
the
get
word-
there.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
plus nobody really knows.
Exactly.
But you do. I like that. And you're assured. You are absolutely assured. I think that would be a great way to go through life. I want to be absolutely assured.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Newsflash, we're all going to make our transition, and also that we're all going back to the same place, and that's a place of love. So, and when people come to me and say, oh, this is not true, I'll be like, okay, well, I'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk then.
And what day would you like that to be? At what time?
Not for a while.
You know?
Yeah. It's going to be a while. But we'll talk.
But
Yeah.
do people ever look at you and go, you know, you talk about spirit and everything. Do you believe in God?
Well, you know what? God means a lot of things to a lot of different people.
For us, it means love. So
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think of it as that,
Absolutely.
You know,
Yes,
ultimate,
it's spirit.
wonderful.
Yes.
And I don't like to put a name on it or label it. And the reason
Right.
why is because God means so. It's God, universe, source,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it. We're all walking each other home. We're all going to the same place. And
Do you consider that heaven? Or
And
what
it-
do you consider home?
okay, home is it's an awareness.
State?
It's a state.
Okay.
I don't say it's a dimension because that sounds like it's far away because they're not. Your loved ones are still very much present here with us. We just most can't see or feel or sense them.
Well, can Pam and I give you like the home specs that we would like? You don't have a pool.
You want a pool? You want a cottage
Maybe a
home?
sauna.
And you know what? And people have asked me that. What's it like? And I've been shown glimpses of what they're because you can make it whatever you want it to be.
Ooh.
Oh,
And it could be
absolutely.
whatever you want it to be.
And I would think every single one would be a little different because you've all had different experiences.
And then what I've been shown, you know what, and this is interesting. The one I've been shown was a gentleman. You know, fortunately, he committed suicide. He was coming to my awareness. And at the end of the session, the mom asked me, "Well, what is he doing? What's it like?" And I said, "He's actually showing me the most crystal clear rainbows and waterfalls." And she's like, "Oh my God,
Because that's what he liked.
that's what he loved." was waterfalls, and I think that was one of their last experiences they had, was they went somewhere and it was with a waterfall, and that was so. But the colors were, the colors and the scenery that he had shown me and what I sensed and felt was so profound that I cannot unsee it or feel it.
Wow.
That's fantastic. If
I
you
know.
cannot feel
And what
it,
a
that's
comfort
wow.
for the mom.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Oh
yes.
my gosh,
Oh
yes.
my gosh, yes.
Oh, yeah, because there's just so much heavy out there.
There is
Yeah.
heavy, and
Yeah.
but there also is light, and there also is a lot of good people. There's so much good people, and if we focus on that and shift our awareness to how much good and gratefulness there is, and how much we can
Yeah.
appreciate, it just changes us as our own vibration, but as us collectively. Again, we're human. I have my days. I had my day yesterday.
Because I have a lot too.
Did you document that?
Sometimes I need to be talked off the ledge too.
Yeah.
But I try very hard. Okay. I need to, I know what I need to do to shift my awareness. Okay, focus on this, and this, and this. But again, sometimes I have to pull myself out of my own rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Well,
human.
she
Yeah.
hit it when she said to me the rainbow colors, because I don't know where I read it. I don't know where I heard it, but maybe it's in the Bible. I don't know. But that the colors are colors so vibrant and so beautiful, we don't know them here on Earth.
Well, yes, you can't.
And when you
can't-
said that, I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of the things that they show me or I've seen, or they'll take me, like when I do readings, sometimes they'll take me into your home, or they'll take me where they're at, and it's just so profoundly beautiful. You just can't even describe it. Words can't do it justice.
I think that's so cool because, well, I just think it would be cool to have the assurance that you have. I just would
Yeah.
love that. That would be great to know that everybody's okay. Okay.
When you were 4, I'm sorry, Pam.
No,
when you
no.
were 4, did you feel assured?
No, I felt very scared.
Yeah.
I didn't feel assured until after my dad passed and
And how
all
old
this.
were you? Can we ask when your dad passed?
It was in 2013.
Oh, so it hasn't been long at
No,
all.
it hasn't been long at all. It was in 2013.
Wow.
All this came full circle, and believe me, I was like, "What is happening to me?" It was very scary for me. I think my sister wanted to lock me up. No,
Did you go and see a doctor?
They want to do
No,
that anyway.
no. Actually, what happened? I was in such grief. I didn't think it was going to hit me. My dad's passing hit me the way where it hit, because he was sick, and it was expected that he was going to pass. But I was in such deep grief. I actually went and did a guided meditation. And when I did that guided meditation, it felt like I fell 100 feet, but it actually was my third eye shifting. And then everything started opening up for me, energetically, as well as feeling my dad's presence and him physically making himself known that he was around. But it scared me because I'm like, what is happening? What is going on?
Did it come rushing at you?
It did,
You know what I
literally.
mean?
It literally
Yeah.
came on strong, fast, and hard. And then I'm like, okay. And then I got, okay, you're going to be doing this work. And I'm like, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, yes,
Wow,
you are.
he actually told
Yes,
you
he
were
told
going
me.
to do
Yes,
this.
he told me. I said, we argued for days.
Well, I bet your sister was getting concerned.
days.
He won, too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He's like, you're doing this work. And I said, oh, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, yes, you are. You got to think back then, he was hard, strong, and fast. I don't feel him and sense him as much as I did back then. And he was like, oh, no, you're doing this work. And I said, oh,
He wasn't
Heck
going
no.
the
out.
heck no, I'm not. No way. And so here we sit.
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't that something?
I think a
mean,
lot of it is, as we grow older again, you're open to things, literally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, this third eye jewelry business, that stuff kind of scares me a little
Okay,
bit.
so
When you've got a jewelry necklace on, I watch ABC News.
I was going to say, she
No,
doesn't have an
she
eye.
doesn't.
No,
She
Oh,
doesn't.
okay. I'm
No,
like, that
no,
looks like a heart.
no.
that's the other half of my heart there.
This is my necklace my Pammy made me. It's got a mic and earphone, everything on it. It's so cool. But anyway, I watch Channel 7 News, and she wears a lot of that third eye necklace.
Really?
A lot.
Who is this?
Yes. The 6 o'clock girl. I can't
I don't know.
remember.
And that's okay.
And
whatever.
I'm like going, okay, but your eyes go right to it, and you're like, all right, are you looking at me? What the, you're moving around, and that necklace is following you. You're like, what is going on here?
Well, maybe she's very spiritual.
Yes, she is.
Oh,
She's very.
yeah.
You can tell. You
For
can
sure.
tell in how she does things. You can tell how stories affect her. I mean, you can really tell. You know, she wears a lot of different jewelry with that on
I'm gonna
it.
have to watch that.
Yeah, it was really wild. So, is that basically a symbol of the third eye?
You know, that's I don't know what you're talking about. I'd have to see it exact. I don't know if
It's Cheryl Burton.
Yeah,
Ah,
I don't know if
I
it's
think- or maybe
I don't
I'm
know if
wrong.
it's the like the evil eye that people talk about, and it's to like ward off the negative energy, and it's really
Oh.
warding off the energy that you're picking up from other humans.
Oh,
Really,
okay.
it's really that's what that's about.
Okay.
And whether it's crystals, the evil
There
eye,
you go. I
or
forget about
things-
crystals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
things like
Yeah,
that.
I did too.
It's really about setting the intention.
No, you don't use anything like that. Nothing.
I personally don't. A lot of people do, and that's great.
Yeah, and tarot cards or any of that stuff.
Nope, it's just
Yeah.
not my thing.
No.
But those are all great tools. Again, it's setting the intention.
But I think it's cool you don't need that. I mean, you can be anywhere, anytime, and you're picking up a vibe.
Right? Yeah.
And I love that. Plug your thing again before we run out of time.
Plug in-
your
oh my gosh,
your
we're-
website. What's
oh.
going on?
Time flies.
I know
Oh,
it
I'm
goes
sorry.
so
Gosh.
fast, and I still got
I
questions.
have questions.
I know.
But we said wow about 17
Yeah.
times. I just
Right.
want you to know.
Well-
Yes, please.
So you can find me firehouse.medium.com, and that's where I do my privates, in person, Zoom, and phone. Or you contact me through email. I do the mini groups, 6 or more people here locally, or I do travel a little bit. And then all my events, again, you'll find on my webpage, firehousemedium.com. And then, more importantly, I go live every Wednesday.
That's so cool.
Yes.
On my-
and I spaced it off last night.
On Teresa Rose Firehouse Medium Facebook page, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's every Wednesday, and as well as YouTube. And you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Teresa Rose Firehouse Medium, and that's where I go and answer a bunch of questions.
And she does. And she answers them, and it's FaceTime, so you can see her and you can see who she's talking to. So that's
Right.
very cool. And then you can see how they react to things too, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
You said it's live on Facebook on Wednesdays?
On Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Central. That's Facebook and YouTube. But then I also go to YouTube and I answer questions. So those are just Q&A.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very good.
minutes.
It's worth looking it up.
2
Look it
minutes,
up, people.
ladies. 2 minutes.
And thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it because we're gonna have to have you back.
For sure. I
We'll
would love
get
to be
another
back.
day.
Please.
Because it's fun
Any
and I
volunteers?
love listening. And you know what? When she comes, she's going to tell us more stories about who she's talked to and what life. You know, I
Oh
think
my
there's so many
gosh.
things I can get into.
Do you ever
Yeah.
go back to like old England, like the 1800s? I mean, do you ever feel anything like that? Like really
That far
historical
back?
things?
No, it's whatever. It's all, again, everything I get is spirit led.
different, yeah.
It's
But
all
if you had a
spirit led.
spirit that old that would say, that's my great 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 granddaughter.
You
sitting
know,
there,
I've-
and
I
she
have
needs
had-
my guidance.
I've actually had somebody come through that was from the Titanic, actually.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, so it was a while ago. I don't remember all my reads because I call them borrowed thoughts and memories, but
Right.
I do remember
Kinda like
some.
dreams, sort of?
They're like
Sometimes you
yeah,
remember
it's like
and
a
don't.
dream. It's or a daydream. It's borrowed thoughts and memories. It's literally because they're literally blending with me.
Because you couldn't
Wow.
possibly remember them all. You'd go crazy.
No, but I do remember bits and pieces. Or if we start talking about
now
it,
that is interesting.
I
What did she
know.
want to say? She
What-
or he?
No, it was a she. I
Oh.
don't remember all the details, but I do remember. I was like, oh my gosh, I just got something from the Titanic. It was interesting.
Now, do you get anything like when you touch it? Like if you were, say,
Yeah,
in
it's called psychometry. So if
Yeah.
I were to pick up this pen that you were holding, I could pick up the energy and read your vibration off this pen.
Aha. Ooh.
Look out!
You don't know it, but you are sitting naked.
Vibrationally,
Don't look,
you're
don't look.
you're vibrationally naked. It's vibrationally naked.
We need to wrap it up.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Please
you,
come back,
thank
guys.
you, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh,
Thank
Oh,
you,
thank
Cindy,
you,
Michael,
thank you. And next week we
Hit it,
have
Ringo. Oh, next week
Next
we
week,
have
Chicago
Chicago
Theater?
Street Theater.
Yes,
Lisa.
we are so excited. Thank you, thank you. And
Yay.
hit it,
Alrighty.
Ringo.